Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Fatty and I are here today. I am just getting back from a date and I had a very weird ending. So I'm really grateful for the pickle pack here to listen to me talk about this. So we went for lunch at a really good Mexican restaurant and it was a pretty good date. There was a little bit of weirdness, like he was making fun of yoga. It's kind of hard to explain. And then I made a joke like, oh, an Indian guy making fun of me doing yoga. And he's like, I'm not Indian. And he took like offense to that. He's Sikh, but he showed me that it's offensive to call somebody Indian. I don't know. I'm still, to be honest, I'm a little bit confused because people call me Italian and it doesn't bother me. So this is a new territory of things that I do that probably offend people because I do tend to have a no holds barred kind of sense of humor. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm mulling on that one. I hope I'm not offending anybody now. Oh my God. Oh no. So our sense of humor wasn't totally jiving because I'm offensive. And again, I just really wouldn't have known because there are so many times where I'm super efficient and I'm like, that's my German side coming through. So I don't know anymore. I don't know how to exist in this world. Anyways, yeah, so there was a couple times I think that maybe my sense of humor was emasculating. I don't know. It's the way I joke around with my friends. Like he was telling a story and I was like, why are you speaking in a low voice? And he's like, I'm really vulnerable right now. Why would you make fun of me? And I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't making fun of you. What's going on? When I'm vulnerable and tell people stories and they kind of poke fun at me, I love it. Like it keeps the energy light. So that was my only intention. So I always find it very interesting to see how people perceive me and to learn from that. And also it's just not a match, I guess. What's going on there, Fatty? So the weird part comes at the end. I was already a little bit thrown off when he mentioned that he used to be married. That's fine. Okay. I do kind of feel like there's certain things you should bring up before a date. They're most helpful so that somebody doesn't spend their time and energy. Things like, I think it's probably good to mention if you want kids or not. I think it's probably good to mention whether you're looking for a relationship or something casual. You don't necessarily have to mention that you were married, but that one's kind of a gray area. But where it was weird, part one of weirdness, is that he just separated like a couple months ago. That was like, okay, whoa, that's getting into a different territory. And then he mentions like blah, 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 and that's why I'll never get married again. And I'm kind of like, I feel like we both could have saved some time if that had been, cleared up through text. But okay, I'm gonna try to seem like I can roll with this while I do the mental calculations in my head. Anyways, the weird part comes, he's driving me home, and I don't know how we got on the topic, but he said something about poly, and I was like, oh my God, poly. Because when it's just poly or non-monogamous, ethical non-monogamy, those are the kind of things I just see online over and over again, and they're kind of eye-rolling. And I've just seen friends go through open marriages and all this stuff. So there's just certain connotations. So my trigger response is a little bit of an eye roll. I'm not here to disrespect anybody's way of life. I'm just here to eye roll at the phenomenon I see of people saying they're poly and their girlfriend doesn't think they're poly, and just a lot of the kind of dishonest nonsense I see going on. So yeah, he brings up, I don't know, maybe I brought it up, I don't even know, but I eye rolled as I usually do because I'm an offensive person. And then he's like, what? Like, I have a girlfriend. And since he was like jokes the whole date, I was like, LOL. 2 minutes later, I steered the conversation back. I'm like, wait a second, like, do you actually have a girlfriend? He's like, yeah, I've been dating this girl for a couple weeks and we just made it official in the last couple of days. And I was like, you didn't mention that. And he's like, really? I totally thought I did. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought I mentioned that I'm poly. And then he goes on some rant about like, yeah, that's what I learned from marriage is like you can't get everything from one person, which I agree with in terms of, for me, if I ever see myself married, I view it as I'm the primary person to keep myself happy. That's my responsibility, is to be living my authentic life and doing the most that I can to keep myself grounded. But that's something I do in my single life too. Like, I think that's just a life lesson, is that if you're not living from a place where you're trying to be your best self every day, and hey, I struggle with depression, so this can sometimes be a real challenge for me. I struggle with depression and sometimes anxiety. So I've sort of learned over the years to keep myself happy. If I don't feel like doing yoga, do it. These are the things that keep you at a higher vibration. Take care of the cats, take care of yourself. I'm certainly not perfect as I go on my chicken wing binges and stuff like that, but it's a principle that I try to live every day, and try to get better at every day and stuff like that. So I do agree, in a marriage, you still, your entire life, you're going to have that responsibility to try to make yourself happy and healthy, that you're not going to get all your fulfillment from your partner. You're going to have to work hard at your job. There's going to be times that's hard in itself. You're going to have to cultivate friendships and hobbies and all that stuff and be that best, most interesting self that you can possibly be. That's for your health and your partner's health. I agree with that. But he went on like a whole thing about getting things from different girls, which I don't care. Whatever. Do whatever lifestyle you're going to do. It is what it is. But I just was like, you should have mentioned that, because why would you waste your time? And I got out of the car as he was like mid going on about his lifestyle, and I just again said, you really should be telling people this before you go on a date. And he like tried to rub my shoulder. He's like, I'm so sorry, are you okay? Like, I really thought I told you. Which I have a hard time wrapping my head around, because that's a huge conversation. That's not, how do you think you talk to somebody about that? I can see you thought you told me that, name something inane here, that you lived with roommates, or you have a dog, and, oh, I didn't know you were allergic to dogs. I thought I mentioned that. Like, I understand those things, but how do you think you mentioned that you have a girlfriend and you're looking for a polyamorous thing? That should be in your profile, number one. Number two, that should be part of the first messages you send to me. So maybe it's a case that you were just talking to so many girls that you thought you had mentioned it to me. I don't know, but another classic Toronto date. So I'm just gonna spend the rest of the afternoon with this little puffer, which I guess technically I'm in a poly relationship too, because I have 2 cats, so how can I judge? Anyways, oh my God, thanks Pickle Pack, love you.